So next up is Dr. Keith Kirkwood, who we've sort of appointed the South Campus guru for core facilities and resources. I'll just mention for those of you, Dr. Kirkwood, if you didn't see the news a number of months ago, secured a $7 million NIH infrastructure grant to expand facilities at the dental school for microbiome research. So he knows this space pretty well, and I'm not sure where they stand with moving that forward, but maybe he'll tell us a little bit about it. So thanks, Dr. Kirkwood, for taking the time to do
Yeah,
this.
no, thanks, Joe. Appreciate the opportunity to share everything with you. And let me share my screen. Can everyone see this now?
Yep, all good.
Okay. So I don't know about Guru, but I do live on the South Campus at UB, and so I can share some of the resources that the dental school has. And I'm not sure if pharmacy is presenting any of the resources that they have, but these resources, similar to what Mark was saying, are available to everyone campus-wide. And so we have a number of things that we can talk about today. But just, for those who don't know what the dental school is, we're a little bit of a smaller entity on the South Campus, but we've had a long history in research. We have the first oral biology department in the US, second in the world, and it started in 1960, so it's 65 years old. Older than me. That's a good thing. The school also has consistently ranked in the top 10 for the last few years. And we have 3 training grants currently on campus or within the school, and we're one of only 3 schools that have a K-12 along with a T-32, and we also have a D-43, which is an international training grant. So we have lots of training opportunities for people in this field. And then I'll just, tout the recent kind of rankings. We're 7th among dental schools in the US and 11th amongst dental schools worldwide. So a lot of history. So what do we have? Well, I'm going to talk about 3 cores really, and I guess, Jill, I'm not sure if Marceli Nascimento is presenting on the clinical core, but I have a few slides on hers. But I can go through what we have currently. This is the 3 cores that we have are more wet bench oriented, and those are currently all located within the BRB. So if you go to our website, you can find all of this information. I literally cut and paste all of this for you so you have it for this presentation. So the first facility is run by Steve Michalka, and he's a material scientist. And we have lots of specific testing for materials, and this includes a list of services you can see there. We have all kinds of type instruments for measuring material hardness, as well as all kinds of other finite element analysis, scanning methodologies for things that I don't even quite understand, but there's a lot of interest in this, especially from those in engineering, because they're unique opportunities that we have here at UB. So a lot of the things that we have here are not available necessarily at the Jacobs, and some of those are available at the North Campus, but we have them all in one location here in the BRB. Secondly, we have Material Analysis Core. This used to be called the South Campus Instrumentation Facility, and the Materials Analysis Core is run by Peter Bush, and this, I believe, is the longest running facility or core facility on campus with over 40 years of continuous service to the university. And Peter has an SEM, as we do downtown, but he has a lot of other X-ray diffraction and other sort of routine analysis for quality assurance. He does a lot for industry, but he's also has the SEM available to those who want to use it and learn how to use it. And so he's a welcoming individual who likes to train and show his core facility to those who are interested. And this is located, again, in the 4th floor of the Biomedical Research Building. Similar to Wade Sergenson's facility at the Jacobs, we have also an optical imaging and analysis facility. We have some of the same kinds of instrumentation that the Jacobs has. I will point out that we do have some different things in addition to sort of imaging with confocal microscopy. We also have a Fortessa that's a flow cytometer. We also have a 4 laser cell sorter, and we just purchased, similar to what the Jacobs did, a spectral flow cytometer with 4, not 5 lasers. So we can't do quite as many colors, but it's in the low 20s. So I think that's, pretty adequate for what most investigators need. Unique, we have a micro CT, which is actually a Scanco 100, and this can analyze quite a range of sizes for preclinical animal models, usually for mice and rats. And then we also have an in vivo imaging system, as well as a small animal X-ray sourced irradiator. And Andrew McCall has been in charge of this facility since the Jacobs moved downtown. So that's been about maybe 5, 6 years ago now. And so we've acquired a bunch of different instruments within this facility over the last several years. And so most of these things are all on iLabs, and they're all available to everyone across the campus. The final core that I'm going to cover is actually a clinical core, and this is similar to what the CTSI has. Some universities, the dental school has operatories within the CTSA or CTSI equivalent. And so here we have this located on the second floor of the Squire building, which is Squire Hall, which is a clinical building within the South Campus. And just a snapshot of services, they provide comprehensive oral health examinations, radiographic, anthropomorphic. We have a hygienist who is also a trained phlebotomist. We have preclinical or clinical lab rather for processing biological samples, as well as short-term storage of specimens. And then we have all kinds of evaluation of dental technologies, product evaluations that are ongoing within this facility. And Marceli Nascimento, and you can see her contact information. She is the Assistant Dean for Clinical Research and in charge of this facility. Finally, as Jill mentioned, last year we received a construction grant, and this is the first one awarded to UB actually. I see Dale Henry on there, and Roswell's enjoyed many of these over the years, but UB, this is the first one that we have landed. And so, as Jill indicated, this is to construct a microbiome. This is part of the UB Microbiome Center, which is housed within the dental school, and it's a university recognized center. And this is to construct a germ-free or notobiotic animal research facility. And this is located within the Biomedical Education Building, or the BEB, which is right next to and connected to the Biomedical Research Building. This is a little bit dated now. We have just submitted last week, just before Labor Day weekend, the 95% schematic design to the NIH for approval. And from there, there's a short turnaround to have 100% of the design phase done. Then this goes out for bid, and construction is going to take about 1 year. So we're looking at potential opening of this facility sometime in the early phase of 2027 for those who are planning for grants. So so here's a little bit more of a schematic about what's going on. And again, the expected completion is probably going to be before 2028, but we have entry here. We have quality assurance, which really is critical for this kind of operation. But we have breeding rooms where I know that Roswell has the small isolator bubbles. We have those in here. And then we'll also have cage rack systems that have positively pressured sealed cage racks for short-term housing of these notobiotic animals. And then importantly, we have procedural rooms where the cages from these cage rack systems we can manipulate things with the animals that you can not do within these micro isolators that are the flexible micro isolators where we can breed. So, and there's all kinds of clean cage system. This has its own air handler. So this is a 4,000 square foot space that costs, over $7 million. So I'll stop there and entertain any questions. And that's my email. If you ever need to reach out to me, I'm happy to answer any questions. But thanks, Jill.
We thank you for doing it, Dr. Kirkwood, and we were all very, very excited when your construction grant came in. It was, and I think we're all still very excited about it. So thanks for taking the time to prepare all of this.